Alright, in this video we're going to look at ScrollSpy, which is pretty neat. It's basically we have different sections of content. In this case we have who are we, what do we do, where are we. So this would be on like an about page or something like that. And we want to make it so that these links over here we'll be able to click, and that'll take us, it'll scroll us to that part of the text. Not only that, but as we scroll we'll see a little marker that will be at whatever point we're at. Okay, so we're going to go over here, and this should be a pretty quick video because there's not too much to do. But basically we have a row, we're using the grid. We have a 9 column. Since we're on a medium screen, we have the 9 column and the 3 column. Okay, so this div here, which wraps around the H4 on the paragraph, this first one, we're going to give this an ID. And we could call this anything. I'm going to call it who. And then we also want to give it a class of section and ScrollSpy. Okay, so every section should have a specific ID and should have these two classes. So this next one here, I'm going to give an ID of what, and then I'm going to give a class of section and ScrollSpy. Okay, this one here, same thing. We'll give an ID of who, or not who, where, and we'll give a class of section and ScrollSpy. Alright, so we have our IDs and classes for each section. Now we're going to go down to this area here. We have the UL. Okay, so this is basically just a UL with some LIs and some A tags. What we're going to do is on the UL, we want to give this a class of pinned. So now pinned is not specific to ScrollSpy. Basically it just makes it fixed so that even if we scroll down, this will stay in place. Okay, so you want to make sure you have that, or else you're just going to scroll up and you won't be able to see this. So we're going to do pinned. We're also going to give it a class of section and then table of contents. Okay, so this is specific to ScrollSpy. We want the table of contents. All right, and then for the links, we want these to go to whatever ID that we have above. So we want this to go to who. All right, we want this one to go to what, and we want this one to go to where. All right, and that should do it. And I just put a margin 700 pixels at the bottom just so we could keep scrolling. So I'm going to save that, and you'll see that automatically it looks different. And if I hover over this, we have this little red border on the side. And let's say if I click on what we do, it'll scroll to that part. If I go to who we are, or where we are rather, it goes to that part. I click on who we are, it goes to the top. And then as I scroll, actually it should show the border as I scroll. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. I think I might have messed something up here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I didn't initialize it. We need to go down to the JavaScript. So we're going to go down here and let's say ScrollSpy init. So the class of ScrollSpy, we need to just call dot ScrollSpy like that and save. There we go. So now the border shows, and as I scroll, it's going to show us where we are. And again, we can still click and it'll take us to that area. Before it was just doing the standard ID, the standard HTML ID, but now it's actually initialized. Alright, so it's pretty nice for like an about page or something like that. So in the next video, we're going to take a look at tabs.